Ever wondered how to survive a plane crash? It's a scenario none of us wants to imagine, but knowing what to do can make all the difference. It's a scary thought, right? The idea of plummeting from the sky is enough to send chills down anyone's spine. But fear not, because we've got you covered. One minute you're cruising, enjoying a drink and a movie, feeling completely at ease. The hum of the engines is almost soothing, and the flight attendants are serving snacks. The next, alarms are blaring and the ground seems to be rushing up to meet you. Panic sets in and chaos ensues. But amidst the confusion, there are steps you can take to increase your chances of survival. But don't worry, we're here to give you the lowdown on surviving these hairy situations. From the moment you step onto the plane, there are things you can do to prepare. We'll cover everything from picking the safest seat to taking control of the cockpit. You never know when you might need to channel your inner pilot, so buckle up, pay attention, and let's dive into the essential tips and tricks for surviving a plane crash. First things first, let's talk seating arrangements. When you board a plane, you might be thinking about leg room, the view, or how close you are to the restroom. But have you ever considered which seat might be the safest in the event of an emergency? While every plane and plane crash is different, studies have shown that the rear of the plane tends to fare better in an impact. This isn't just a random guess. It's backed by data from various aviation safety studies and crash investigations. Why? Think of it like a car crash. The front takes the brunt of the force. In an airplane, the same principle applies. The front of the plane often absorbs the initial impact, which can be devastating. So next time you book a flight, aim for those back rows. Not only might you have a better chance of survival, but you might also find it quieter and less crowded. Plus, being near the rear can sometimes mean quicker access to the restrooms and galley. So, the next time you're selecting your seat, think about more than just the view or the legroom. Your choice could make all the difference. Now, before you swear off flying altogether, let's put things in perspective. Flying is actually incredibly safe. You're more likely to be struck by lightning twice than to be in a plane crash. Seriously. And most accidents happen during takeoff or landing, so those are the times to be extra vigilant. Just like we always say, be prepared. The same goes for flying. Having a plan can make all the difference. Before takeoff, take a moment to familiarize yourself with the emergency exits. How many rows away are they? Can you spot them in the dark? Remember, in a crisis, every second counts. Those safety instructions? Yeah, I know they can be a bit tedious, but trust me, they're worth paying attention to. These instructions are designed to keep you safe in the event of an emergency. Pay attention to the flight attendants as they point out the safety information, and grab that safety card in the seat pocket in front of you to follow along. It contains vital information that could be crucial in a crisis. Also, think about your outfit. What you wear can make a big difference in your comfort and safety during a flight. Comfortable shoes and clothing are key. Opt for layers that you can easily add or remove depending on the cabin temperature. You never know what situation you might find yourself in after a crash. Practical clothing can make it easier to move quickly and stay warm if needed. Consider packing a small carry-on bag with essential items like a flashlight and a small first aid kit. These items can be incredibly useful in an emergency. Always keep your seatbelt fastened when seated. Turbulence can happen unexpectedly, and a fastened seatbelt can prevent injuries. Adjust the air vent above your seat to ensure proper ventilation. Staying cool and comfortable can help you stay calm in stressful situations. In the unlikely event of a water landing, knowing how to properly put on a life vest can be a lifesaver. Practice makes perfect. During an emergency, stay calm and listen to the crew's instructions. They are trained to handle emergencies and will guide you to safety. Being prepared and knowing what to do can make all the difference. Now let's talk impact. If you know a crash is imminent, there are a few things you can do to increase your chances of survival. First, adopt the brace position. Lean forward, placing your hands in an X position on the seat in front of you. Place your head against your hands and your feet flat on the floor. If there is no seat in front of you, lay your head against your knees with your arms and hands cradling your head or locked under your knees. This helps to minimize injury by using your body's natural shock absorbers. Practice the brace position. In the event of a crash landing, this position can help minimize injuries. That unassuming seat cushion? It's more than just a comfy place to rest your bottom. In a water landing, it can become a literal lifesaver. Most cushions are designed to float and can be used as a flotation device. Remember, every little bit helps when you're fighting for survival. Okay, this is where things get really interesting. Imagine this. The pilots are incapacitated and the plane is going down. What do? Well, you could panic, or you could step up and try to land the plane yourself. It sounds crazy, but it's not impossible. Mayday! The first thing you need to do is get on the radio. The pilot's headsets usually have a push-to-talk button. Use it to call for help and explain the situation clearly and calmly. If you can, try to give your location. Remember, air traffic control is your friend in this situation. They'll do everything they can to guide you down safely. A few of the main instruments that you will need to use are the yoke. This is the steering wheel of the plane. The altimeter shows the altitude of the plane in both hundreds and thousands of feet. The airspeed indicator will show the airspeed in knots or miles per hour. For a commercial plane, the airspeed should be between 550 and 600 miles per hour. The heading is the instrument, with the small image of a plane in the center. This is the compass for the plane. The throttle is the black lever that controls airspeed and nose altitude. It is pulled back to descend, and pushed forward to ascend. Air traffic control and other experienced airline workers will walk you through descending, deploying the landing gear, looking for a safe landing site and actually landing, so follow their instructions closely. Once you're back on the ground, congratulations, you survived the crash. Now what? First, check yourself for injuries, then help anyone else who might be hurt. If the plane is on fire, evacuate immediately. Once you're a safe distance away, take stock of your surroundings. Are you on land or water? Do you have food, water, shelter? Emergency services should already be en route to the crash site. So use basic survival skills mentioned in previous videos until their arrival. This is not the movies or TV, folks. You shouldn't be lost out there for very long. And remember, the key to survival is staying calm and making smart decisions. So there you have it, folks. A crash course, pun intended, on surviving a plane crash. Remember, while the odds of being in this situation are slim, it never hurts to be prepared. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a plane to catch. Stay tuned and please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of our survival tips. And as always, thanks for watching. Safe travels, my friends.